Of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, WEFM is SVG.
Bringing you the news 24 hours a day, 7 days per week, with a fresh approach. www.999wefm.com. WeFM News, online, on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Make this season merry with Quartz Ready Cash. Get all you need with a cash loan of up to $20,000 and pay nothing for 90 days. That's right, you pay nothing until 2024. Plus, you can enter to win up to $20,000 in the Ready Cash Mega Money Roadshow. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Apply online at shopquartz.com or visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash store and make the season merry with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, the La View Boutique Hotel and Beach Club is not just meant for enjoyment by foreigners, but is also there for Vincentians. General Manager of the hotel, Mr. Peter Edward, emphasized this point at a recent press conference held to unveil their upcoming Unmasked Royalty Gala. Mr. Edward said that there are people that believe the hotel and beach club are only caters to those visiting St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but he wanted to make it clear that this was not the case. We'll hear more from La View's General Manager.
I celebrate 1 year on December 1st as the general manager of La View Boutique Hotel and Beach Club. And I from past experiences, I know that once you have the press with you and you use and you create that synergy with the press and the media, that you can move mountains. I wanted to introduce La View to the press, the new face of La View, all the new initiatives that we have. And I also wanted Vincentian to know that La View is theirs, because a lot of people believe that we don't cater for the locals. That's something of the past if it ever happened, but we welcome our local people to enjoy what's Vincentian, and that we welcome you here, and I hope you have a good time with us tonight. Thank you.
That was the General Manager of La View Boutique Hotel and Beach Club, Mr. Peter Edward. Vincentians and visitors alike have been invited to take part in the hotel's various activities and events, such as karaoke nights, date nights, taco Tuesdays, and more. Prison inmates who have been on good behavior in St. Vincent and the Grenadines will experience some holiday cheer with His Majesty's Prison annual Christmas treat, which will allow fast food items, non-alcoholic beverages, and home-cooked meals from relatives. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force says, as part of its rehabilitation mandate and in an effort to encourage and reward good behavior amongst its prison inmates, the annual Christmas treat will commence at His Majesty's Prisons and the Belle Isle Correctional Facility this month. The schedule will run as follows. From Wednesday, December 13th, 2023 to Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024, inmates at all facilities will be allowed snacks and fast food items from their relatives and friends on weekdays only between the hours of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. These can include KFC, Subway, roti, and more. On Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and New Year's Day, between the hours of 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., home-cooked meals including cake will be accepted, along with non-alcoholic beverages such as malt, Coca-Cola, Harun soft drinks, and more. No homemade beverages will be accepted. Persons interested in bringing items for inmates during this period are advised to contact the prison department prior to dropping them off, as to ascertain that the inmate is eligible for these privileges, as inmates who are in breach of prison regulations will not be allowed to benefit from this initiative. The public is reminded that all meals are subject to standard security checks and must be brought in disposable containers. Still on the local scene, Thursday, December 7th saw the staging of the Eastern Caribbean Green Entrepreneurship Initiative's ECEI end of program showcase here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Making an address during the ceremony was program mentor Franz George, who said that there is more to establishing a business than just having an interesting idea. He credited the program implemented by the Global Green Growth Institute GGGI for helping to change participants' perspective on business creation and operation. We hear more from Mr. George.
From the perspective as an organization and business consultant, my professional opinion is we operate in business like as if we're in the 1970s. Extremely traditional. We still consider it to be a case where we have an idea, we just run with it, we set up shop, we come and buy and we sell, and that's the end of business. No. There's way more to that. You have to do your business plan, you have to do industry analysis, you have to do your SWOT analysis. So many different things that by the time you finish, you realize that sometimes it takes even like up to a year to prepare to launch.
That was ECEI program mentor Franz George speaking at the end of program showcase. The Eastern Caribbean Green Entrepreneurship Initiative ECEI, implemented by the Global Green Growth Institute GGGI in partnership with the OECS, is a 3-year project funded by the Qatar Fund for Development. The program aims to support green entrepreneurs in the 12 Pacific and Eastern Caribbean countries to develop their green and sustainable businesses, whose models include solutions that are aimed at contributing to their country's climate sustainable development goals. On to news in the region. A 4-lane highway was commissioned in Guyana on Sunday and named Heroes Highway in honor of the 5 Guyana Defense Force GDF servicemen who perished in a helicopter crash on December 6th. President of Guyana, Dr. Irfan Ali, said that the fallen heroes were honorable men who died fulfilling their mandate and have left a legacy of strength, hope, and courage. According to Guyana's Department of Public Information (DPI), the Heroes Highway was constructed at a cost of approximately $13.3 billion. It spans 9.4 kilometers and features over 30 reinforced concrete bridges and 2 roundabouts. The Guyana Civil Aviation Authority (GCAA) and the Guyana Police Force (GPF) will be spearheading the investigation into the deadly helicopter crash. A 15-year-old boy was among 2 persons shot over the weekend in Malek, Trinidad and Tobago. The victims told police that they were asleep at their home along Upper 6th Avenue when at about 2 a.m. they heard a series of loud explosions. They soon realized they had been shot several times. The victims raised alarms and were taken to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex to seek medical attention. The 15-year-old suffered an injury to his left foot, while the 28-year-old was shot 5 times to his shoulder, lower back, and neck. The older man is listed in a serious condition. Trinidadian police recovered 19 spent shells on the scene of the shooting. On the international scene, regulators on Friday approved 2 gene therapies for sickle cell disease that doctors hope can cure the painful, inherited blood disorder that afflicts mostly Black people in the U.S. The Food and Drug Administration said the one-time treatment can be used for patients 12 and older with severe forms of the disease. One, made by Vertex Pharmaceuticals and CRISPR Therapeutics, is the first approved therapy based on CRISPR, the gene editing tool that won its inventors the Nobel Prize in 2020. The other is made by Bluebird Bio and works differently. The 2 gene therapies are the first approved in the US for sickle cell. The FDA has previously okayed 15 gene therapies for other conditions. Some have list prices in the millions of dollars, and the sickle cell therapies will too. In the US, an estimated 100,000 people have sickle cell, and about a fifth of them have the severe form. Sickle cell is most common among Black people, and 1 in 365 Black babies are born with the disease nationally. Scientists believe being a carrier of the sickle cell trait helps protect against severe malaria. So the disease occurs more often in mosquito-prone regions such as Africa or in people whose ancestors lived in those places. Finally, in sports, West Indies got over the line in a nervy chase to beat England by 4 wickets on the Duckworth-Lewis Stern method in a rain-shortened third one-day international in Barbados. When play began 2 hours later than scheduled, seamer Matthew Ford quickly took 3 wickets on his international debut as England collapsed to 49 for 5. Ben Duckett made a 71 to help England recover and post 206 for 9 from 40 overs after another rain delay. A further downpour left West Indies with a revised target of 188 from 34 overs, and they looked on course for a comfortable victory thanks to a composed half-century from Casey Carty. However, England hit back to set up a tense finale with Will Jacks taking 3 for 22 as the spinners did the damage. The game looked to be going down to the wire, but one expensive over from the previously impressive Gus Atkinson swung the game decisively in West Indies' favor, and Romario Shepherd, who finished unbeaten on 41 from 28 balls, sealed the win with 14 balls to spare. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News has brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Quartz Optical presents Eye Candy. Affordable and stylish eyewear to suit your fashionable style. Save up to 70% off all month long. Get that frame today with no cash and pay later. Schedule your next appointment online today on quartzoptical.com. It's easy and convenient. Treat yourself to some eye candy only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Special conditions apply. Offer ends November 2023.